Blackbeard is on Egghead Island. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about how and why Blackbeard is on Egghead Island and is about to face off against the Straw Hats. Well, chapter 1079, pretty good of a banger chapter. Break week, cannot wait for the next chapter, but the cliffhanger being the Blackbeard pirates are on their way to Egghead Island. Well, what does this mean for the story? What does, and is it actually Blackbeard himself on the ship? Well, if you guys didn't already figure it out, yeah, he's coming. He's coming, or his crew is coming, and they have business on Egghead Island. Insane, huh? Pretty much. Alright, so before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Where does it all start? It all starts with where Blackbeard is currently and what his next move is. Well, if you guys remember, he's supposed to be on Winter Island facing off against Law. And that was supposed to happen immediately after Wano, which is probably happening simultaneously. However, we see not so long ago that Shanks mentions that Blackbeard just left Hachinosu. Now, where does it all add up? In my opinion, what I see thus far, I feel as though after the events of Wano, Blackbeard made his way to Winter Island, expecting someone to come. Shanks got the news as Blackbeard left Hachinosu, which is probably after he did whatever he did on Amazon Lily. And I think that was before the news of Blackbeard leaving for Winter Island. Now, as of the whereabouts of Blackbeard currently, I do not believe that Blackbeard has defeated Law and has now making his way to Egghead Island. This seems almost too far-fetched, because taking down Law and then recuperating in order to go to Egghead Island seems a bit too much, if you ask me. And we know for sure that Blackbeard is in Hachinosu, so I don't know who Garp is going to be facing off in Hachinosu. That's another issue in and of itself. But aside from whatever Garp's about to do, Blackbeard has split up his party into three groups. One fighting off against Law on Winter Island. Some of the commanders, or I don't know what, 10 Titanic captains, the Titanic captains. Some Titanic captains left on Hachinosu, and two of them, to be specific, Van Augur and Aokiji, went to basically capture Pudding immediately after the event of Whole Cake Island. And now it makes sense as to why they're now on their way to fight off again, to basically get their hands on Robin. And maybe more. Now, how does it make sense that Blackbeard has any idea that Straw Hats are on Egghead Island? It makes no sense. Unless they were telling him, of course. Which, doesn't sound too feasible, because Blackbeard's team isn't that, out of bounds. They don't have eyes everywhere. Blackbeard is smart. I know he's got men somewhere around in the world, but one thing that does add up. Remember how I made the video of the worst mistake Luffy ever made? Go watch that. It's about Caribou. Caribou's the one who snitched. Not snitched, technically. I mean, he was going to tell everything to Blackbeard to begin with. And I feel like this time around, he actually went ahead and did it. He actually did something he planned. He told Blackbeard about the whereabouts of Poseidon Pluton. And now, well, he knows the whereabouts of where the Straw Hats are. And this is probably the only way I would figure as to how Blackbeard figured out where Robin is. Now, this could go literally anywhere. If it's Blackbeard himself, which is unlikely, we're about to see Luffy versus Blackbeard, and we have Kizaru on the way. This seems a miraculous situation. Shanks might be on his way to Egghead Island as well. If he knows that Blackbeard is coming, this would be a dream situation. The battle royale that Oda has been foreshadowing thus far, I think that makes a lot of sense. But Blackbeard versus Luffy now, I don't think so. If the event of Egghead Island will be as spectacular as everyone says it is, really don't think it's this. I think it's something more sort of world-shattering, earth-shattering than it is on a large-scale battle royale. Because if a war starts now, it's probably not going to end soon. And if the day after Egghead Island incident is the day that everyone's or is the narrator's talking about, I feel like it's a little bit different. The only two people I expect coming their way to Egghead Island is Aokiji and Van Augur, and we know the history of Aokiji. Whatever he's done, leaving the Marines, maybe being a snitch for Blackbeard, part of snitch for the world government, being a part of Sword and everything. I also made a video on Aokiji. Go check that out as well. I will put both of the videos down in the description below. Well, okay. Now, why would he need his hand on Robin if he already has pudding? Duh, he wants a monopoly. He wants a monopoly on the way the people can read poneglyphs. 3 contenders right now is Shanks, Blackbeard, and Luffy. The 3 that is most likely to end up reaching Laugh Tale. Shanks, as of what we know thus far, does not have a poneglyph narrator or decipher of poneglyphs. He has no one. I don't know what he's planning. I really don't know what he's gonna do. But for Blackbeard, the smartest move to make right now is to create a monopoly. You have Pudding, who is most likely probably not going to awaken that easy, and then help Blackbeard decipher the poneglyphs, Robin being the only other suitable option. If Aokiji is on his way though, we know how Aokiji's relationship with Robin is thus far. He let Robin live on several locations, and well, this time around it could probably turn out to be the same way. It's about time we get news as to what Aokiji's been up to, and finally get to know his motive. If he's going to snitch on the Blackbeard pirates, it's going to be now. It's going to be now, and I'm interested to see how Van Augur sort of escapes the situation. I also wanted Law to escape the events of Winter Island, but I'm not really sure how that will go from this point onward. Like, I really wanted Law to escape. I don't really think that's going to happen, but what could happen is Aokiji showing his true colors. And if Kizaru's showing up, Aokiji's showing up, and we've got the Straw Hats and Vegapunk, this is about to be a wild ride. Let me know what you guys think. Is it Blackbeard himself? Is it Aokiji? If it's Aokiji, what do you think he's planning? Where is the story going from here on? What do you think the famous incident of Egghead Island would be? If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.